Greetings and welcome back to Room 303 and our chats with Emily as we are calling our readings through the poetry of Emily Dickinson. We're in the Johnson edition. We turned out a poem 736, Have Any Like Myself. Now that line will be used 3 times in this poem. In other words, she seems to be asking, are any of you out there like me, especially in my love of the month of March? Now that's what's going on in this poem. This is the first of 5 poems that Emily will write about her favorite month, the month of March. In a letter 976, Emily's poem, by the way, 1404, will actually begin, March is the month of expectation. But in a letter 976 of March of 1885, to her friend Helen Hunt Jackson, she wrote the following. A question, quote, who could be ill in March, that month of proclamation, end quote. And we will see this in this poem. The other poems, 1213, 1320, 1404, and 1669. When we study all of those, we will come back to this poem, her celebration of the great month of restoration, of rebirth, of renaissance, we might even say. Now, our assumption is that you've been following our stuff at learnstrong.net. Down that left-hand side, Chats with Emily's our playlist. I'm hopeful that you've worked through a set of introductory comments where we commented on Emily's love of nature. She is one of the great nature poets of all time, and many have called her a transcendentalist poet because of this. She'll fit, obviously, into that same cohort as Emerson and Thoreau, and obviously Walt Whitman as well. I'm also hopeful, though, that you've already worked through the preceding 735 poems with us. We just finished with 735 upon concluded lives, where we will see resonances in this poem, the celebration of nature and the repetition in structure. 3 times she will ask, is there somebody out there like me? We called our series Chats with Emily for a number of reasons. One of those is these kind of rhetorical questions that get asked by Emily, but notice no question marks in this poem, okay? Have any like myself investing March, new houses on the hill decried, and possibly a church that we're not, we are sure, as lately as the snow and are today if we exist, though how may this be so? Have any like myself conjectured who may be the occupants of the abodes so easy to the sky, 'twould seem that God should be the nearest neighbor to, and heaven a convenient grace for show or company? Have any like myself preserved the charm secure by shunning carefully the place all seasons of the year, excepting March? 'Tis then my villages be seen, and possibly a steeple not afterward by men. One scholar has called her speculation on the New Jerusalem that grows out of the month of March. Now, what is it about the month of March that she loves so much? Well, she says, I can see differently. Joining obviously her study of Plato and especially the Republic, what we call sometimes perspicacity in our study of Plato's Republic. We've given full lectures at learnstrong.net. Remember, we come out of the darkness of the cave in Republic 7 into the light of the sun. She argues that's like coming out of the darkness of winter into the light of spring, especially March. And all of a sudden, you can see things differently. So I'll ask you, have any like myself investigating March? And this word investigating is a central word. Why? Because Emily is the great investigator. She's the great poet of investigations, isn't she? New, key that she would use that word. Houses on the hill decried, and possibly a church. Why? Because everything's been covered in snow, and all of a sudden you can see what you maybe didn't see for quite some time. That we're not, we are sure, she says, as lately as the snow, winter, and are today, March, if we exist, that is to say, if we're capable of seeing. For Emily, existence is something more, as Tennyson says in Ulysses, as though to breathe were life, life piled on life for all too little, and of one to me little remains, but every hour safe from that eternal silence, something more, a bringer of new things. Notice the word new here. And violet were for some 3 cents to store and hoard myself on this gray spirit, yearning and desired. And what does he say? Follow knowledge like a sinking star beyond the utmost bounds of human thought. Emily's playing a very similar game here, where she says, in the spring, if we are capable of it, if we exist, though how may this be so? And there's your question mark finally. Emily loves the question, how may this be so? Notice how many of her poems although this is the only phrasing of it in all of her poetry, but she's constantly asking it, how is it possible? And then she comes right back to it. Have any like myself, and can we just pause and say, well, there isn't any like Emily. That's one of the reasons that we enjoy this study. We look at Emily and we kind of go, you know, she's really one of a kind. They broke the mold, as they say. Have any like myself conjectured? Notice we go from investigating to conjecture. Science language here. Who, notice capitalized, may be the occupants of the abodes so easy to the sky. Now some have said she's talking about the houses that she can now see that she couldn't see before because they were covered with snow. Some have said she's already gesturing towards the afterlife and the houses of the New Jerusalem. 'Twould seem that God should be the nearest neighbor to, and heaven a convenient grace for show or company. Again, the possibility that she's speculating in the month of March. She says, I can see even beyond this reality to something else. And then she'll finish with the final third. Have any like myself preserved the charm secure. She, by the way, was playing around with vision secure or vision cleared, and we ended up with charm secure by shunning carefully the place all seasons of the year. In other words, there's things that she says, I don't even allow myself to think about when I'm in the winter, so that way when I come into my spring, I'm ready to see it even more clearly. Excepting March, so we're back to the second line with March. 'Tis then in March my villages be seen. And again, some have said this is not the literal village of Amherst, but rather the Jerusalem or the Amherst of the afterlife. And possibly a steeple, we're back to the church, not afterward by men. The idea here, of course, being, her argument being that in the spring one sees things differently. March obviously being for her the best time of the year because it's the time when true vision happens. And I think that's the point at 2a. Nature allows us to see things, and spring allows us to see things we normally wouldn't see. At 2b, I love the repetition of have any like myself. Again, chats with Emily. It's such a colloquial kind of, hey, are you like me in this regard? You know, that kind of thing. Finally, at 3a, the other four March poems come to mind here again, 1213, 1320, 1404, and 1669. You can go and read them now if you're in the Johnson edition, and then start to make connections. We'll obviously come back to this. Finally, at 3b, are you a lover of the spring? Do you see March as the great month of rebirth, as Emily does? I hope Emily's challenging you. Thank you.